ladies and gentlemen, may I first and foremost celebrate and honor the founder of this great vision, Wandi Hlachwago. What a great vision of getting minds together, of getting successful people. I always say you cannot be here if there was no grain of success in the inside of you. What actually caused you to look at the advert and say, I'd like to be a part of that, is because you are a success. But this morning, I just want us to put our hands together for Wandile Hlachwago. Thank you very much. Siyabonga mhayise, siyabonga. Such things challenge all of us. I want to honor a speaker who is already here, Zipos Kakane. I'm looking forward to listening to her and all the other speakers that are going to be speaking later on. Let me just honor all of you here and say that I feel privileged and very honored. I'm not going to give any speech, and I'm going to speak from my heart, so please accept that. I'm privileged to stand before people that are full of greatness. I'm privileged to stand before people who have overcome a lot of hurdles, overcome a lot of obstacles, overcome a lot of words that were said against you. I do not know by who, but by different people. Others did not believe in you, and they did not think you'll amount to what you are today. But what I want to talk to is not where you are. I want to talk to where you're supposed to be. And I'm saying you can do better than where you are. I'm saying do not be comfortable with the job that you have, even with the business that you have. There is room at the top. It may be cold and lonely at the top, but there's room at the top. It's a crowd down beneath, and there's a lot of hustling. So I want to challenge you, if in my discussion this morning, I will have challenged you to think of doing better, going bigger, enlarging your dream, I will have achieved my objective. You have what it takes. And I want you to believe it, that you have what it takes. It's not for the few, but it is for you and me. You can do it. My intention this morning is to stretch your mind and get you to think beyond what you thought you could do. I want to get back to that dream that you had. I want to get back to that vision that you've always had of yourself, but situations in life got you to think, can I really do it? And the talking of different people has caused you to even wonder if you can actually do it. Sometimes people that you look up to, they speak things into our lives and we begin to doubt ourselves. It's a confidence issue, ladies and gentlemen. If you are going to talk success, you have to be confident. And nobody is going to make you confident, but you are going to make yourself confident. How? By believing in yourself. Believe that you can do it. People tend to believe in you because you believe in yourself. If you doubt yourself, that's how people receive you. So I'm saying to you, there's a place higher than where you are. To my CEO of Matapa, there's a place higher than where you are. And to all of you here, you can do better. You can get higher. If you're already running a business, the sky is the limit. The amounts that you're seeing now, you can do better. If you're a mother, because success means different things, ladies and gentlemen, to all of us. To a housewife, success is being able to take care of your children, bringing in that balance that they need. In a society where everything is about rushing, and what gets left behind is the family, is the children. So to that housewife, keeping the ball together, keeping the family together, that to me is success. And to that one that has gone through very difficult times, be it divorce, be it whatever, and you're still saying, to me, you are successful. Because there are situations that challenge your thinking, that challenge your emotions, that challenge even the confidence that you once had in yourself, where you begin to wonder, can I actually do it? Can I make it? And for me, I say, if you've overcome that hurdle, you are a success. When you were demoted and you took it with a smile and you lifted your head high and you persevered, that is success. To a teacher, success is that light bulb moment when she's been teaching or he's been teaching this child and this child doesn't get it. And suddenly the light comes on and this child begins to understand. That is success. Like I say, it means different things to all of us. But what is fascinating most about success is that it is a moving target. Just when you think you've arrived, you realize there's got to be more. And that is how God created us. We are created to be successful because in the inside of you, you have the DNA of God. Someone will say, but is it never enough? No, because once you attain that, I mean, I'm sure all of you will attest to this. When you first started work, your most important thing was to get a salary of a particular amount. And you got that. And that salary is not enough. Success to me says, I'm not going to blame my boss for the salary that I get. But I will ask myself, what problems can I solve that can cause me to earn more? Because your rewards are related to problems that you solve. I will quote something. It's up to you what you say it is. It says, the fastest runner does not always win the race. And the strongest warrior does not always win the battle. The wise sometimes go hungry, and the skillful are not necessarily wealthy. And those that are educated do not always lead successful lives. It is all decided by time and chance. Ladies and gentlemen, I challenge you this morning that all of us, we encounter opportunities where we can make a difference with our lives. And the question is, when that opportunity avails itself, what do you do with it? Can I talk a little about this opportunity? Opportunities do not come looking like opportunities. Opportunities come in different packages. Sometimes they come in the form of a problem. That is how my vision started. I was a student in the United Kingdom. When I left, everything was okay and it was rosy at home. And when I got there, there was a change in my family structure. There was an addition. And with the addition, the family dynamics changed. For me, that was daddy's girl. Suddenly, the money was not trickling. Suddenly, I did not have money to pay for my education. I did not have money to pay for my rent. But ladies and gentlemen, that was the change point in my life. I had to think, what do? I go back home and I become like any other? You are not created to be like any other. I made a decision. I said, I will wake up and go and look for a job. And that job was cleaning. Cleaning at Marks and Spencer from 5 in the morning until 7. Cleaning. Then I go to college during the day. And in the evening, I had another job. And that job was washing up dishes in a restaurant. I did that. And I realized, I need something better because I get very tired at the end of the day. I then asked my supervisor in this gallery that, can I try waitressing? And they said, yes, you can try. And I was a waitress. And there's a lot I learned in waitressing. One of the things I learned is that in life, when you don't have anything, when you are nobody, people walk all over you. But they do not know who you are. They do not know where you are going. So that is why I say you have to believe in yourself. You have to be confident in yourself. We'd have families coming for dinner, and they would order whatever they order. I remember in this particular restaurant, it was an Italian restaurant. And they would order, and when you bring the order, they say, this is not what we ordered. And that shouted you. In between taking back that food that has been ordered wrongly, that you thought you ordered correctly, and the restaurant, you lose something. Because you must go and explain to the chef, who will also shout at you, why you are bringing back this food. And even to the table, you have to be pleasant. What came out of that? I learned to be a very pleasant person. I learned that in life you have to be nice. Learn, even if you are not nice, learn to be nice. It will get you far. I have a very good example, my CEO from Matapa. Very well cultured. She can be anywhere and talk to any group of people because she learned that art. While I was doing that waitressing job, what was profound about this job, what made such a difference to me, is that out of being pleasant, out of being nice, I was able to get tips. And from those tips, I was able to pay for my transport for the week. Sometimes the tips would be so good that I'm able to pay my rent, which was £35 at the time. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, opportunities come covered up in things that you can't imagine. My family situation was an opportunity for me to come out of my comfort zone. Today, I thank God for what happened in my family, because I made the decision, I am not going to fail. This is not the end of me. And because of that uncomfortable situation, vision was born in the inside of me. Every night I would return to my room. I'd start imagining a better life. A life where I don't have hardship. A life where, I am opulent. A life where I can say, keep the change, just as they were saying, keep the change to me. A life where I can, at the end of the month, begin to pay salaries, pay others, instead of me getting that little envelope. In that little room, it was a loft, I remember. I would sit and imagine myself owning houses, owning property. Imagine I hardly have enough to take care of myself in the situation. Visions are often born in adversity. It's not always when things are nice that you think of what to do. It is in that divorce that you're going through, there is greatness that is being birthed. In that difficult situation that you're facing at work, in that rejection that you're going through, in that being walked over at work, whatever it is, everything works together for good, should I add, to those who love the Lord. But one thing I've learned is that God is good. Even when you do not know God, your life is already charted. There's already a line that God has set for you. I did not know the Lord then. I would go back to the room, I would begin to draw. I'd say, I'd have this house, I'll have this house, I will have people working, I will have this, I will have a hotel. It was a dream. But every dream doesn't end with the dreaming. You then have to put it to action. So to me, success means inspiring somebody to rise up from where they are. If I could make my mind to be better in a foreign land and you are in your own land, surely you can do better than that. You can do better than the circumstances that have tried to keep you back. You can do better than your background. But some of the things that we go through, instead of turning them into disadvantages, begin to look at them in a different light. I don't know what you've gone through, but I do know at your age you must have gone through a whole lot of things. And I'm saying change the way you look at those things. Change the way you look at those people. Sometimes your boss may look like he's oppressing you, but he's actually pressing so that what is in the inside of you begins to rise. When you are comfortable, you cannot make a difference to anyone and anywhere. There needs to be some discomfort. All of us have seen people that we've started with at school that were excelling at school. But where are they today? they did not amount to anything. Some of us have seen people that are very skillful at work, but they're always struggling financially. They're not wealthy. The list is endless. I can name a lot of things that we see. I'm coming back to the issue of opportunity. What do you do with the opportunities that are presented to you? Some of these opportunities, they come as opportunities. They want you to take a bigger job, a better job, but you say, I'm not good enough. I can't. You will not know what is in the inside of you until you step into that area. Once you are in that higher job, that bigger business, you'll realize there's so much in you, and this is not the end. You can do much more. I have a question for you this morning. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself? Are you happy with what you have? Can you not do better? Is this the legacy that you want to leave? Do you want to be known that you woke up, went to work, came back home, took care of children, or did whatever, and then passed away? Is that it? I don't think so. I think in this room is charged with energy, full of men and women that have such great potential. Such great potential that if just a few of us were to rise up to the challenge, I tell you, the landscape of this country would change entirely. Your family history will be changed completely. You may be the first one that has gone to university. Maybe the first one that has done anything meaningful. It's not just about you. It's about the people we've left behind. Without vision, you cannot be successful. What was the differentiator in my life? In the difficult moment, the differentiator was vision. It was born in the inside of me. And that vision kept me going in my times of difficulty. I knew that I will be something. One day I will be something important. One day I will make a difference. One day I will also give to others. One day I will help others. And that kept me going. What vision do you have of yourself that keeps you going in the times of adversity? Your vision today may not necessarily be what it will be in the next 5 years. It changes. Like a strategy, it changes. You may start doing tomatoes and you move on to a grocery shop. You move on to a supermarket. You move on to a mall. You move on to owning a city. It is possible. You can do it. That one house that you live in, it's not enough. The good book that I read daily says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That one house, your children will fight over it. Why don't you stretch yourself and make sure each one has an inheritance? You can do it. You are well able. You can do it. How nice it would be when you finally have reached your time and you're gone. And we just cry that we are going to miss you as a person because of the impact you had in our lives. Not what we do normally. We cry and you see people rolling all over the floor. It's not love, but it's thinking, what shall become of us? It is my prayer that we get to a point where, your children just know that they are set. They just know that daddy has made arrangements for us. Mommy has made arrangements for us. I call that success. And I'm saying to you this morning, do not despise that little idea that you have. It may not look like much. That idea is what will transform your life, transform your family, transform our community and our nation. It is my prayer that many of us may move away from just being employed, but move to the area of being employers. it makes a whole lot of a difference when you begin to partner with government in solving government's problem. Your tax as an employee is not enough, but it can be better when you employ others, where it's now paying tax on the profits that you make. Can I, without saying too much, just highlight to you, I am hoping that I can nudge something out of you. Highlight some of the things that keep us from being successful. And in saying so, I'm hoping that you'll pick up yours and say, I will confront this Goliath. It will not keep me down anymore. Pain. Pain is one of those things that can keep you back from achieving your vision, getting to that summit. Pain at the same time is a stimuli. It can actually, it's an impetus. It can drive you into great heights. It depends upon you how you look at it. I changed my pain into a change point for launching into a deeper level and tapping into what is in the inside of me. The second one is mindset. How do you see yourself? How do you view everything around you? You are a sum total of the way you think. If I want to know you, I just have to look at you and look at everything around you. I only have to listen to you speak for a few minutes, then I know how you think. I know if you are a bitter person or you're a happy person. I know if you are a negative person or a positive person. How do you think? Everything about you starts from a thought. Even the vision, even the dreams, even the big buildings, everything starts from a thought. And if we don't deal with the way that we think, you cannot attain your vision. What do I mean? A lot of us come from backgrounds where there was poverty, where there was lack, where there was everything that you can think of. Everything in your background says you cannot make it, but exactly that. My point exactly, I'm saying that background, use it as a stepping stone. Be different. Dare to be different. Dare to say, if no one has moved this far, I will move. And remember, when you make that decision, many will laugh at you. When I was a student doing those manual jobs, they would go to parties. I was a non-entity. I did not matter. I was not invited because I wasn't going to. How do you introduce me? People like to introduce someone that has credentials, where they'll say, oh, so and so, this is what she's doing. There was nothing you could say about me. Added to that, I did not have the clothes that will make me fit into those parties. That was a blessing in disguise. It got me to work hard and work at my vision. And today, the same people that despised me, I've gone ahead. And I look back and I said, if only they knew how my life was going to be, they would not have cast me out. The third thing that keeps us back from our visions is low self-esteem. Because of the things that, I'm sure you'll notice that I'm talking to the softer issues. Strategies, vision, all of those things, you have it. But I'm talking to those softer things that you cannot tell anyone. The reason I'm not standing up is because I'm looking down upon myself. You know, ladies and gentlemen, even as we're gathered in this room, there are those that are not thinking well of themselves. You come into a room and you see others that are better than yourself. And I'm saying no. When you come into any place, just say, that place will receive me because I'm a gift. See yourself as a gift. See yourself as someone that will make a difference. But someone may be struggling with that because someone said there is nothing about you. It has been said about all of us. I remember as a student, I stayed with one family who did not understand my life. I know what I was juggling. I had a vision. I had to finish my university. I had to carry out my dream. But my life was not like anybody else. What's how lindwa ngibona wena usutaba lutho. Yathi ngibona. And that alone, I said, yes, bring it on. Bring it on. I will not amount to anything. I tend it for my good. I said, since this one thinks I will not amount to anything, I know there's something in me. In the end, not only did my life become something to marvel to her, but I became a blessing to her. What has been said to you? I want you to think about those words that have been said to you that cause you to doubt yourself. Is it a spouse? Some spouses are very unkind. You know, there's something about women, ladies and gentlemen, that many people may not know. We are built and destroyed by words. You don't have to buy me a mansion. You don't have to bring this and that. But speak kindly to me. And when the people that we love, like our spouses, speak unkindly to us, it crushes us on the inside. And you look at a woman well made up and looking good, and you think she has it all together. But she does not. She has low self-esteem. Because the person that is to validate her has said, look at so and so. Why can't you be like so and so? Why can't you be like so and so? And it's the same, even with us women. Some women can be nasty with their words. You say something to a man, and the man never thinks it can amount to anything. But I'm saying, despite all of that, rise up, make a conscious decision that I will arise. This is not where I will finish off. This is what has been said. Watch the space. Watch the space. It's a question of time. Not just for that person, but you're saying, you know what? There's more inside me. The other thing is relationships. Things that keep us away from success, relationships that we have. I always say there are different levels of relationships, but you must keep the 4 levels. Relationship with family, that keeps you in touch with who you are and where you're coming from. Do not find yourself so successful that you forget where you're coming from. It keeps you humble. Secondly, all of us have relationships where there are people that are lower than where you are. Yours is to lift them up. Lift them up. But be careful of not finding yourself always wanting to lift them up. Always wanting to lift them up. Because it does something to your ego. You feel, I can help. You know, they're coming to me. They need this, they need that. You feel wanted. You feel like you're Father Christmas. You're solving things. Everyone likes to be seen to be a provider. But you have to balance it. A lot of people tend to find themselves with that group of, you're always lifting them up and you're at the top. And it feels good. And I'm saying, no, move from that group. Keep them, but do not find yourself spending a lot of time there. You will have these 4 groups. The second group is those that are at your level. What is interesting about those that are at your level, ladies and gentlemen, is that they are happy when you are all equal. But the minute you take a step higher, they begin to resent you. Who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? He's so proud. He's so this. Are you ready to take criticism because you are a success? And a success in the making. Are you ready? Because these are some of the things that people fail to take along the way. They want to be cherished and loved by everybody. It doesn't work like that. The minute you break ranks, you come out of the group of friends and you do what is not ordinary, you have to be ready to even change friends. Others will stay. Others will celebrate what you're doing. Others will want to pull you down. You have to make that decision. The other group is those that are higher than where you are. Maybe they are already at the summit. They have walked a journey and you admire that walk. Make sure you have people in your life who have walked where you desire to walk. And make it a habit to, as often as you can, just sit down with them, have coffee, and let them talk. Ask questions. The greatest mistake we make, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you are with that group, you then start assuming that's where you are. You're not there. No. See yourself as a prodigy when you're with that group. Learn as much as you can learn. That's why I'm saying ask questions. A lot of our people find themselves having friends maybe that have achieved in different fields. So achieved that they begin to think they're like them. And then what starts? It's competition. You start wanting to dress like them. You want to drive what they drive. You want to live in their neighborhood. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. You'll put a lot of pressure upon yourself. But learn what they've done to get to where they are. The fifth one is handling offenses and betrayal. As you go up, whether it's a corporate ladder or it's in a family, in a marriage, in business, in an organization, in government, these things, they come with achieving. You will be offended. There are people who will offend you. There are people that will be offended by your promotion, offended by your success. I'm sure seated here, you know there are friends that are no longer with you. You don't quite understand what happened, but it's not quite nice. What happened? You became a CEO. What happened? You became a head of department. That's all that happened. So you have to be ready to handle offense. Because when you don't handle offense, you then harbor unforgiveness. Unforgiveness, what does it do? It breeds bitterness. And what does bitterness do? It breeds ill health. You end up just feeling sick. Why? Because somebody offended you. What is challenging about offense is we all hide it. We all have been offended. All of us seated in this room. But we've all handled it differently. What happens with offense is because you don't want someone to know you are offended, you pretend everything is okay. Oh, hi, it's good to see you. Wow. Oh, you're doing well. Meanwhile, you don't mean it. You even hug. Oh, it's good to see you. Is it really good? Is it really? And when you are offended, people have a habit of telling you about the good things that are happening in that person's life. Because they don't know what you're going through. And after they've told you, you feel so sick to the core. That's so they're achieving, so they're moving on. People don't know, this person is really not nice. No, it's not your space. Sort yourself out. And betrayal. Betrayal is part and parcel of going up. You'll have people that you trusted so much. But people have their own dreams. They have their own ambitions. They have their own things that are driving them. And then they decide to betray you. Today we have women that have died because their husbands betrayed them. They betrayed their trust. Some of them today have not died, but they are sick. High blood pressure, diabetes, you name it. Something somewhere went wrong. Somebody somewhere let you down and you couldn't handle it. And it manifested in an illness. I have to say this because we have quite a number of women. My mother, who was one of the most wonderful women that I know, was one of the people that inspired me to succeed. Because she hadn't gotten far with school. She only went up to standard 2. And my father was a businessman. Everything was lovely. We were a family until success got the better of my father. Because success does get you to do certain things if it's not managed. And then he made that addition. My mother could not handle it. First, she developed sugar diabetes, and she would ask for certain things from my father, and he would just answer anyhow. There was this one time she was building her house. He was actually building it for her. And she just needed to do the truss, to get the trusses. And she asked him, we need to get trusses. And he said, I have no business doing anything for you. And she thought he made a mistake. And she said, I don't think you meant what you meant. He said, I meant it. And from that day on, ladies and gentlemen, she went into a depression. Because the person she loved the most betrayed her trust. The person she loved the most rejected her. She went into a depression. She wasn't responding to medication until she went into a coma and she died. What does that say to me? I have to know how to handle all of these negative things. I've had to learn that, you know what? If you don't stand up and be strong on the inside, everyone is going to walk all over you. And if they do walk all over you, what will be left? Maybe a sick person. I know that seated around this room, there are people who have gone through some of these things that I'm talking about. And I'm saying to you, it's not too late. You can pick yourself up. You can pick yourself up. The sixth thing is failure, dealing with failure. Everyone is afraid to fail. Everyone, me included. But what do you do? Failure is part and parcel of our lives. It's a given. You will fail. We have all failed. So turn that failure, that fear of failure, and look at what you can do. The things that you've gone through, where have you failed? What can you do better? Don't let failure keep you away from pursuing your vision. You tried this business, it failed. You tried this job, you applied here, they didn't take you. Keep applying. There's a position for you somewhere. There is somewhere where they need you. They are just waiting for someone to make a mistake, and that job is yours. The final one is dealing with discouragement. When you run a business, things do not always go right. When you run a family, when you're married, things do not always go right. In any situation, whether you're in a job or anywhere, things do not always go right. You'll get discouraged. What do you do when you're so discouraged and so oppressed? Because discouragement affects your mind, affects how you think, affects your emotions, or affects even the choices that you make. A lot of people have quit their jobs before time because they were discouraged. They felt, no, I can't handle it. No, I'm moving on. Unfortunately, you're moving on with discouragement. Even where you're going, that discouragement will be there. So defeat those things that get you to think, you know what, I can't make it. Very quickly. What do you need to do to succeed? I'll just say very quickly. I know my time is, how many minutes? I have 5 minutes left. I'll just read them through. Thank you. What must I do to be successful? Vision. Have a vision. Have a vision for your life. How does a vision come? Sometimes you can read a magazine, you can read a book, and as you read, something stirs up in the inside of you. You feel, I can do that. This is what I feel I can do. Sometimes you are sleeping, you dream. Sometimes you look at other people, you say, you know what? I feel there's something in me that is connected to that. That is vision. Begin to write it down. Write it down. Make it a habit to write down. And then plan. Plan, set goals. And having done that, do something. Take action. Every vision to be realized, it takes hard work. It takes sacrifice. Find help. There are people that have done it. Ask them. Ask questions. How can I do this? How can I do this? You'll find there's so much help out there that can make a difference. Stretch your mind. Stretch your thinking. Don't just be comfortable with a limited life. Take stock of where you are, because with what you've done, even now, take stock of where you are and celebrate those successes that you've made. A lot of us, ladies and gentlemen, don't stop to celebrate. Stop and say, wow, you mean this is where I am. Lord, I thank you. If you had not been on my side, I would not be where you are. And if there are people you need to go back to and thank them. Because all of us, there are people that have pushed us. There are people that have believed in us. There are people that have supported us. Go back and say thank you. Persistence. It's persistence, tenacity, passion, and focus. Be persistent. What do you want to do? Keep doing it. Even if it's not making sense, do it because you believe something will break through. Have focus. You can't be everywhere and doing everything. Start with something, see it as a success, and then move on to something else. I was short of saying hallelujah. Then have a group of people that speak life to you. Have people that believe in you. Have people that celebrate you. If you don't have friends that celebrate you, change your friends. Look for, you can be my friend too, I will celebrate you. Find people who will see the potential that is in the inside of you. Who will say, I can see what you're doing. You'll do greater. Why don't you add this? Why don't you add that? Find those people. You need them. Learn to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Stand in the mirror. Stand in the mirror and talk to yourself. This is who you are. This is where you are going. You are stepping out now. You are going to overtake. You are going to overcome. You are strong. You have courage. Speak to yourself. Because everything else wants to make a withdrawal. So you have to speak and say, you know what? I may be a woman in a male-dominated environment, but I have what it takes. I can do it. I can do it. In my political assignment, I work in a men's industry. Male, I can count the number of women in leadership positions. But what do I believe in myself? And what do? I believe in those men too, because without them I can't get to where I'm going. I believe in them. They are qualified, they are everything, but I have strategy. I see where I want us to go. And then I inspire them and say, let's get up and go. We can do it. You can do it. Even if you've been discouraged, you can do it. Where do you see yourself as I sit down? Are you comfortable with where you are? Is that the address you want to be known for? I'm challenging you. I'm saying there's more in you. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Have confidence in yourself. Believe in your dream. Know that the sky is the limit. In fact, not even the sky. You can do it. Change the history of your family. Change the history of your community. Arise. I'm saying arise. Just stand up in the inside of you. Even as you go home, there will still be those people that will say, you know you won't be able to do, but believe in yourself and get up and do it. Thank you very much for your kind attention.